And he was in prison for 5.5 years.
Because he wouldn't talk.
Because he wouldn't talk.
They repeatedly broke his arms. The North Vietnamese did.
That's why he can't. He's got a wonky hand.
Now the interviewer on Fox Business News, Mr. Payne, I don't know what his first name is, said that he didn't say anything about it. Hours later, he apologized.
Yes.
I'm sorry I did not confront Mr. McKierney about his comments about John McCain during the interview. I regret I didn't catch his mark. It should have been challenged. As a proud military veteran, son of a Vietnam vet myself, these words do not reflect me or the network's feelings, my or the network's feelings about Senator McCain.
Senator McCain was the son of, was his dad a senator? Or
I don't think so, but he was
a powerful person.
Yeah.
So Senator McCain could have gotten out of going to the war altogether,
Yeah.
like Donald Trump did.
Mm-hmm.
He went. He could have gotten out of, after he was captured, he could have played that card, the my daddy card,
Yeah.
and he didn't.
He didn't have to go to Vietnam, certainly.
No.
He didn't have to go into the...
But even after he was
he a Navy pilot?
Even after he was captured, he could have used those connections. He could have talked. He could have. Yeah. He didn't. He stayed in prison for 5.5 years.
This is a pretty interesting, too. McCain, this all came about because McCain is urging the Senate to reject President Trump's nomination of Gina Haspel to head the Central Intelligence Agency, given her reported role in overseeing the torture of an al-Qaeda terror suspect, and then she played a part in destroying tapes of that torture as well, videotapes. Mm-hmm. Like many Americans, I understand the urgency that drove the decision to resort to so-called enhanced interrogation, McCain said. He said, I understand why we rushed to that mistaken act. But as I have argued many times, the methods we employ to keep our nation safe must be as right and as just as the values we aspire to live up to and promote in the world. He also went on to say, I believe Gina Haspel is a patriot who loves her country and has devoted her professional life to its service and defense. However, the reason I wouldn't vote for her is that she oversaw that particular torture event. She was questioned pretty heavily about that by the Democrats yesterday, and I listened to some of that testimony. She's not. I mean, she's not a bad person. You can tell that she really, really believes in the work she does at the CIA. And she said, I don't feel good about that chapter, and I would never do it again. Now, Donald Trump has said he favors torture and would like to see us use torture as much as we can.
Wants to bring it back.
They asked her, would you, if the president ordered you to, would you do these techniques again? And she said no. No, I wouldn't. So she'll get confirmed. Yeah. So here's the that's Boehner candidate number 3. Torture works. Just ask number 2. Excuse me. Coming up, number 3. Wrestling with the dog while wearing your gun. What could go wrong?
Boehner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this here, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Shopping for a home? Save money with a power rate mortgage from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Check out their great rates at ssfcu.org/mortgage. Equal housing lender, membership eligibility required, loan subject to credit approval.
Well, I know a lot of people are excited about this. Rick and Morty is getting a 4th season. Woo! A lot more than that, actually. Adult Swim has ordered a staggering 70 new episodes of the animated series as part of a long-term deal with the show's creators Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland. That's more episodes than Rick and Morty's first 3 seasons combined.
Yeah.
31 episodes. The massive pickup, rarely seen these days, underscores Rick and Morty's outsized success. Its most recent season 3 finale delivered Adult Swim's highest ratings in history and helped the show claim the title of #1 comedy across all of television for 2017 with millennials. Rick and Morty also has become a multi-platform sensation, not just on TV, but you know what? They're on all kinds of platforms. Gaming, live streaming, retail, fan experiences. So there you go. Rick and Morty. You got it.
Coming. So you're getting 70 episodes. It's going to be a while before you see the new ones, but they're coming. So
here's that story I was talking about earlier. It's in southern Maryland. A sign supportive of President Trump is being taken down. The sign said, "Hey, liberals, better get your guns if you try to impeach President Trump." It was in an intersection in southern Maryland. A picture of the sign was posted on the anti-Trump Facebook page, Lock Him Up. Captain David Payne of Calvert County Sheriff's Office said officials have been in touch with the sign's owner, who is expected to change the sign when he returns from an out-of-town trip.
NRA convention?
I don't know. Online images of the sign show it is sometimes used other times for advertisements. Payne said the owner, whom he did not identify, often posts controversial messages, including messages about abortion.
Sounds like a threat to me.
Hey, liberals, better get your guns if you try to impeach President Trump. That's what the sign says.
That's a threat. Yeah.
The mother who was on the phone with her daughter who was murdered, 15-year-old Bailey Bagshaw, the brutally murdered young woman, she just wants to see justice, she says, for her daughter's death. She was a bright individual. She had dreams. She had a future, and that future has been taken away from us, Shauna Bagshaw said. She recalled her last conversation with Bailey on Monday afternoon. She said Bailey would usually call her on her way home from the bus after school, and the pair would chat as she let the dogs out and checked the mail. She had said, okay, such and such thing came in the mail, whatever, and then all of a sudden she started screaming and didn't say anything. That's when I called my neighbor and had them go check. They have arrested Sean French as a suspect. I don't think they've charged him yet. Police have confirmed that he did have, though, a sexual relationship with Bailey. She was 14. He was 23. So, and let's see. Oh, you went to this, the first Dave & Buster's?
Yes.
In Utah? Probably the only Dave & Buster's in Utah.
It's huge, isn't it?
It's huge, yes.
About to open at the Gateway, part of the Salt Lake City Mall's transformation. But another longtime retail tenant at the same time has announced they're leaving the Gateway. Barnes & Noble.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's surprising.
Jim Lampassi, Barnes & Noble Vice President of Real Estate Development, confirmed that the bookseller will close its retail store at the end of June as a new development is coming. It's been our pleasure serving the community.
What does that mean, as a new development is coming?
Don't know. Yeah, it doesn't say. The landscape has changed in downtown Salt Lake City. We're changing the landscape. It'll be a different experience than before. Doesn't say what they're going to put there. I guess but the one in Sugar House, they're there. And I'm very sad that a Salt Lake institution is closing as well. My favorite Rite Aid will be closing this.
Which one's your favorite?
I believe it's this weekend. It'll be going away. The one on the 2nd South and 7th East by the Sprouts Market there.
Up there, yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I like that.
It's not swapping out to a...
No, they're just closing it. I like that Rite Aid. That's my favorite one because the old ladies who run it are very nice, and there's never anyone in there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
never any waiting at the check stand.
No, hardly ever. So I'm sorry to see that Rite Aid go.
Weather, traffic, sports, anything you'd like to do, Gina?
Real Salt Lake, they will be home. Rio Tinto tomorrow. Kickoff is at 7 p.m., and there are still tickets available for that. And we are going to give some away to a random Boehner voter when you do that. Weather, the storm was weird. It was supposed to come in last night. It didn't really rain last night. Some people saw some lightning, but nothing really much came from it. We should have a better chance of it today, though.
It looks like it.
Yeah. 58 for a high. Crash southbound I-15 at 123rd South. It is off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 milepost 327 in Kaysville. Crash northbound I-15 milepost 299. That's I-215 in Murray. That is left shoulder being affected there. Crash southbound I-15 1500 north in Salt Lake. Right shoulder being affected there. Crash northbound I-15 33rd South in Salt Lake. That's traffic. Shopping for a home. Save money with a Power Rate mortgage from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Check out their great rates at ssfcu.org/mortgage. Equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required. Loan subject to credit approval.
Boehner candidate number 3. Wrestling with the dog while wearing your gun. What could go wrong? A Fort Dodge, Iowa man remained hospitalized Thursday after reportedly being shot by his dog. The The bizarre incident occurred Wednesday. Richard Remy told dispatchers that he'd been playing with his dog, a Labrador pit bull mix named Baloo, when the dog accidentally hit his gun with his paw. The gun fired, injuring Mr. Remy. Unfortunately, in this case, you can't foresee these things that can happen, and this was just one of those freak accidents, said Fort Dodge Police Chief Roger Porter. Not so much, Roger.
I disagree with him.
Yeah, Roger, not so much. Really, you can foresee that these things would happen if you're wrestling around with your dog. Well, wrestling with your dog, you wouldn't think it could happen, but it did, and it was unfortunate.
That's a sweet picture, x96.com/live. They clearly adore each other.
Remy is a sweetheart, you can tell, and
wouldn't hurt you on purpose.
Baloo is a sweetheart, and Mr. Remy seems like a, just kind of a big, nice guy with a red beard. He said his dog Baloo is a big wuss and instantly started whining after the gun fired because he knew something was wrong. He said it could have been a lot worse than it was. We're thankful. We're thankful that I'm not hurt worse than I am. I do have some internal bleeding. Boehner candidate number 3. Wrestling with the dog while wearing your gun. What could go wrong?
All right, let's review the first two and vote.
Boehner candidate number 1. Hey, what you got in a Rubbermaid? It's a man trying to hide his legless girlfriend by stuffing her in a plastic bin.
This is a real story.
Yes, it is. Boehner candidate number 2. Torture works. Just ask Songbird John.
Oh.
A Fox Business host interviewing a guest, and the guest was saying, well, torture works. John McCain was tortured in Vietnam, and he told him everything. That's why they call him Songbird John. I don't know where he got that.
Because he didn't, for one thing, and nobody's ever called him
Nobody's done that, no. And then Boehner candidate number 3, wrestling with the dog while wearing your gun. What could go wrong?
All right, there you go. This is round 2. You've got to decide which one of these 3 candidates is the worst and therefore most qualified to be a contender for Boehner of the Day. If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 1. So pick your contender. Boehner fight is at 9:20. That's when we decide Boehner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. Put it in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. That's one way to vote. Another way is to call. Use your voice, 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boehner voting May 11 and vote there. You've only got 300 seconds, so let's go. It's round 2.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders. Our elders are tracting their way across the cosmos, looking for prospective converts, when suddenly they find themselves aboard the last surviving battlestar, Galactica, where our elders are introduced to Commander Adama.
Quiet, Muffy. They don't look like Cylons.
Welcome. I'm Commander Adama.
Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons. Say, you look like that guy from Bonanza.
I am in command of this fleet, and we are searching for the lost tribe of humans and a shining planet called Earth.
What a coincidence! We're from Earth. Would this lost tribe you're looking for just happen to go by the name of Nephites?
No, I don't think so. What can you tell us of Earth?
Well, everybody there is pretty much like us.
Hey, Lehigh, why don't you show them the Saturday's Warrior holographic disc that your mom sent you?
Look, Muffy, they have more teeth than you do.
And you say this pretty well represents Earth?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Colonel Ty, turn the fleet around and set course for Cylon.
Father, you can't be serious.
Son, if we have to choose between genocide and a life with those Saturday's warrior people, I'll take my chances with the Cylons.
So, I guess this means that you won't be joining our church then.
Apollo, Starbuck, show these two to a launch bay, and make sure they take that holodisc with them.
Oh, Felger Carb.
Elder Jensen, watch your language.
Fleeing the Lex Diezovedo tyranny, the last Battlestar, Galactica, sets off for a shining planet called Cylon. Join us next time to hear Elder Jensen say,
Hey, do you think that kid knows that his dog is really just a monkey in an orange dog suit?
on the next brain-numbing episode of Space Elders.
Time to award round 2 of your Boehner voting.
And round 2 of the Boehner voting is brought to you in part by some stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. I have some like a baguette dipped in butter, melted butter.
And Real Salt Lake takes on DC United Saturday, May 12th at Rio Tinto Stadium. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. You can purchase tickets at rsl.com, or maybe you won them from us by voting for the Boehner today.
Maybe. Let's see if anybody did. I haven't seen the totals yet, unless they came in. There they are. So we had Boehner candidate number 1. Well, what you got in a Rubbermaid? Man trying to stuff his legless fugitive girlfriend into a plastic bin when the cops are coming. Boehner candidate number 2, torture works. Ask Songbird John. A guy on the Fox Business Network, a guest being interviewed, said torture works, and John McCain knows it works because when he was tortured in Vietnam, he revealed all kinds of stuff. That's why they call him Songbird John.
He didn't, and somebody sent us a story about this, that there was some propaganda when John McCain was running for office that his opponent sent out that's been completely debunked, and they call him Songbird John in it, and none of it ever happened.
Right. And then Boehner candidate number 3, wrestling with the dog while wearing your gun. What could go wrong? Well, you know, what could go wrong is the gun will go off and you'll get shot. So the winner, of course, number 1 and number 2 were the strongest candidates. And by 1 vote.
What?
Well, one vote would have tied it. 2 votes would have won. Boehner candidate number 1, what you got in a Rubbermaid?
It was too fun.
I was hoping that we'd have a John McCain head-to-head one.
Well, that's no. Actually, it works out better this way.
Damn it! All right, well,
it does. Yeah.
That is the winner of round 2. It is now the contender for Boehner of the Day. It is not Boehner of the Day. It has to defeat the winner of round 1. We'll throw them both in the Boehner fight at 9:20. That's when you'll decide Boehner of the Day. All right.
I don't know how this. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, whatever we're doing here is sponsored.
Okay.
Del Taco's Carnitas are back for a limited time. Get 2 Carnitas combo burritos for just $5. Authentic carnitas served fast. It's unfreshing, believable price, and participation may vary.
I don't know how this got started, but I thought it was kind of funny. Oh, I do know how. Well, I don't know why our consultant, the all-knowing suit, our mystery consultant, decided to do this, but he said, here's some new slogans for radio the other day.
I think you started it.
It's because you said on the air, radio works or radio
gets fundamental.
Radio gets results, because those are actual slogans that the National Alliance of Broadcasters have put together.
I kind of conflate it with that. Reading is fundamental.
Exactly.
So it's radio is fundamental.
Yeah.
So he did some new slogans. Give a hoot, radio. Okay. Snap, crackle, radio. That's pretty good. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's radio. America runs on radio. A radio is forever. Radio so good, cats ask for it by name.
Yay.
Like a good neighbor, radio is there. An American by birth, radio by choice. So then people started...
American by birth, radio by choice. I like that one.
People started chiming in on it. I did another one, radio. It's the quicker picker-upper.
That one doesn't work quite.
Sure it does. They all work in some fashion.
Sure.
Radio, our good old friend Stan Mickelson, radio, plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. And then let's see.
Here's Ed Brass.
Yeah.
This is your radio on drugs. Radio, finger licking good. Radio has fallen and it can't get up.
I like that.
Radio, good to the last drop.
Mm-hmm.
Radio, tastes good like a cigarette should.
Oh, I've got another one like of that. Radio, it's what's up front that counts.
Well.
He did another one, Radio, Breakfast of Champions. And somebody tweeted, Radio from hell, don't leave home without it.
Let's see. Dick Clark. I learned it from watching you, radio.
That's good. I like it.
My wife has one.
Mm-hmm.
Radio, ribbed for her pleasure.
Ooh.
There you go. That's a good one.
That's good.
Thank you, Sue.
So just feel free to tweet those at us if you'd like. I think they're funny.
We're going to use them in our new marketing campaign.
Yes. Guy in the chat room, the best part of waking up is radio in your cup.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, radio, where's the beef?
Yeah. Well, how about
U.S. Army? What's the threat?
We've been invaded by a pompous radio ham.
Did anybody do radio good to the last drop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then radio fever, catch it. That's pretty good. And
break me off a piece of that radio.
No.
When the history of this planet is finally...
Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Sorry.
Somebody says, I liked your old slogan, Radio from Hell for people who feel like hell in the morning.
That's an old slogan.
That's our original.
Yeah.
I mean, we originally did that.
Yeah.
But feel free to tweet any of those at us that you like. Radio, all the goodness you expect without the check-ins.
No one listens to the radio. Podcasts are great. Radio's boring.
Radio melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
Oh, I like
Blessed
that.
radio.
There you go.
That's really a good one.
Mm.
What is that? Radio, fresh as a summer's eve.
No, radio for that not so fresh feeling.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah, radio.
Please, the radio, your speech.
Yeah, that's it. Radio for that not so fresh feeling.
Radio, we have the meats.
Yeah, good.
This is going to get people to listen to the radio.
Is
I
it?
think it is. It's. I think we should do a commercial with all of them.
Here's my favorite one. Ask your doctor if radio is right for you.
Or 9 out of 10 doctors prefer radio.
Radio, it's what's for dinner.
Yeah, okay. See? You can just do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Richie.
How about a jingle? It's so easy to radio. Call 5322.
No,
What's
call
that?
877.
Too many numbers.
Text 33986.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't work.
Not enough numbers.
Not enough numbers.
The jingle works, not the number.
So anyway, they're silly, but I like them a lot.
Radio. I liked it so much I bought the company.
Yeah.
Radio, take 2 and call me in the morning. Take me away, radio.
Yeah.
Take me away.
Radio, never had it, never will. Oh, no, wait a second. That's...
No, that's not going to help.
That's not good.
Everybody's voting for the friendly voice of radio, the people's choice. Music, weather, sports, and news, it's radio. The people choose. Everybody's swinging to the swinging voice of radio, the people's choice. Big fry, small fry, dawn to dawn, it's radio that turns them on.
There you go. Radio, you'll like the way you look. I
Yes.
guarantee it. Radio, the other white meat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always fresh, never frozen.
Never.
Here, this is an old one that maybe Carrie will get. Yes. Open wide for radio.
Thank you. Our own Adam is weighing in. The ultimate driving machine. Radio.
Ah.
Ah.
Ram Tough, can we put that in here?
Ram Tough.
No, it'd be radio tough.
If your radio lasts more than 4 hours, see a doctor. There you go. That's a good one, Texter.
Excellent, excellent. See, everybody can play.
Radio, before you go.
No.
No?
No.
All right. Okay. All right, sorry.
A smaller market with less temptation and fewer opportunities might be just what you need.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
On the voice of the old guy from Pet Sematary, sometimes radio is better.
Yes. Love all of this.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's radio. I don't usually drink radio, but when I do drink radio, I drink radio.
Stay radio, my friends.
Yes.
Stay
Oh,
radio.
I like that one. Stay radio, my friends. Radio. Take as directed. Taste the rainbow. No?
Taste the radio.
Radio. It's Beechwood aged.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got a crash northbound I-15 78 south in Midvale off to the right shoulder. Crash 5600 south, 2700 west in Roy. Crash southbound I-15 123rd south. Crash 5600 south, 2700. Well, that's the Roy one. They gave it to me twice. It's so bad they gave it to me twice. Bonanza Campout returns to River's Edge in Heber, Utah, June 22nd to the 24th, featuring 3 days of camping, art, and music from Halsey, Fantagram, local natives, and more. Check out the full lineup and purchase your tickets in advance at bonanzacampout.com.
Radio. Side effects may include nausea, constipation, upset stomach, and bloody discharge. If you are pregnant or nursing, consult your obstetrician before taking radio.
Radio, a little dabble do ya? Radio, you look so debonair. Radio, the gals will all pursue ya. You love to put some radio in your hair.
All right.
No?
Let's see. Squeezably soft. No? Anyway.
Please don't squeeze the radio.
Oh, that's the one
Yeah.
right there. That's where you go with that. All right. Let's see. We got Boehner of the Day and Boehner of the Week all coming up. Stand by for that, along with some news and some other stuff. And Festus was pepper sprayed, so we'll talk to that
What?
coming up. Yes. First, though, got to remind you, it's Friday. It's the Gray Whale Entertainment Report. Friday is the international release date for all music, so that means there's new music, movies, games, and records and more to pick up at a locally owned and operated Gray Whale near you. Here we go. Music, Arctic Monkeys, with the best album title so far, Tranquility Base Hotel Casino. I like that. Beach House, their new one, 7, is out. Charlie Puth. Puth? It's spelt puff.
It's Puth.
It's Puth. Voice Notes is out today. Strung Out, their new one, Black Out the Sky. Gin Wigmore, new one, Ivory. Eminem, the Revival LP is out. Black Panther soundtrack on LP is out today. Movies, The House That Dripped Blood. And Batman Ninja. Now, what this is it's Japanese made. It's an anime.
Okay.
And Warner Brothers and DC just kind of let those artists and authors do a Japanese Batman. Go ahead.
Oh, all right.
And it's got the Joker in it, and it's very interesting to look at. There's some stuff online if you Google it, so you can take a look. Check out graywhaleslc.com. They got real-time inventory searches, Gray Whale membership, Killer Whale membership discount availability. You can use your store credit for purchasing, and they update you on sales, promotions, and events. Trade in your old stuff for new stuff. They want your music, movies, games, books, and vinyl to get cash or store credit toward the purchase of something new at any Gray Whale location. Join the Killer Whale Club. Receive a lifetime discount. Like and follow them on their social medias at Gray Whale SLC. That is the Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
Come to JR Tallywackers, down on JR Tallywackers. It's a great, big, beautiful joint.
If you like sausage, you'll love the brand new restaurant we've erected in Salt Lake City. Hi, I'm Rod Johnson, manager of JR Tallywackers, where we're serving up lots of hot food and lots of hot fun.
Mine was so big I had to use 2 hands, and our order came so fast.
Tallywackers is fun. Our waiters, Neil and Bob, slap the sausage into our buns right at the table. The protein shakes were thick and creamy, and there's always plenty of mayo. I'll come again and again.
All of our JR Tallywacker handsome young waiters are selected through a rigid screening process. We make sure they're stacked and packed and ready for service, and you can't beat our food.
I'm only here for the food.
I love the casual atmosphere.
We're not just another restaurant with stuff on the walls. We're packing something special. We don't even have chairs at Tallywackers. You just come on in and kneel at your table.
I always leave feeling so satisfied.
Try JR Tallywackers' grand opening special, 99-cent footlongs, or try our all-you-can-eat buffet. I can't believe you're not eating at JR Tallywackers.
Come to JR Tallywackers, down on JR Tallywackers. It's a great, big, beautiful joint.
Swing on in.
Hello, this is William Shatner, star of Rescue 911. I have friends who are currently suffering the personal agony of hair loss. Through them, I have learned the importance of investing in a high-quality wig or toupee. That is why, if I needed a hairpiece, I would visit
Carrie and Bill's Wig and Toupee Emporium.
Hi, we're Carrie and Bill, the Radio from Hell guys, and we're proud to be associated with worldwide celebrity wigs and toupees. It's the only non-surgical hair replacement center that offers toupees and wigs woven entirely from celebrities' hair.
Worldwide contracts to buy the hair of Hollywood's most hirsute celebrities. Then, when the stars get a haircut or die, Worldwide is on hand to harvest the hair. The hair is then woven into a versatile, lightweight, comfortable wig, personally cut, fit, and styled for you. Just listen to these satisfied customers.
I lost my hair and scalp in an unfortunate encounter with an industrial blender. It was unsightly, and my confidence was at an all-time low. But when Dinah Shore died, Worldwide made me a wig from Dinah's hair. Now I'm so full of confidence, I may just go after Burt Reynolds. Wow.
After years of working at the toxic waste dump in Tooele, I began to notice a loss of most of my head and body hair. I gave Worldwide a call. They replaced the hair on my head with a wig made from Randall Carlisle's golden locks. And as an added bonus, they threw in a half a pound of Ed Asner's body hair for free. Now I'm so confident, I may just go after Kimberly Perkins.
This is William Shatner again. Please don't suffer with the torment and embarrassment of hair loss. Just look in the phone book for my friends at
Carrie and Bill's Wig and Toupee Emporium.
Please don't delay. Beam yourself up a full head of hair today.
I don't know how it happened, but somewhere along the line, a rumor started that I hate kids. Well, it began to reflect poorly upon this morning show. Not just me, but on this morning show and on this radio station.
Yep.
So in order to combat this horrible, horrible rumor that I really, really hate kids, I've decided that it's time for a public service message every Friday at this time called Just for Kids. And I do this because I'm a role model. Hi, kids. It's me, your role model, Kerry Jackson. You know, the guy you want to grow up to be. Sorry we have to do this, but I got to talk to you about a new high that's going around. Now, on the street, they're calling it chugging the udder.
Huh?
Tipping the teat, lapping the lactate, pastures new, chasing old Bessie, or riding the White River. Yes, kids, I'm talking about this new high.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, you should never, never try to drink an entire plastic jug of milk in the space of an hour. Never do that.
Don't do that?
Now I'm talking the vitamin D milk, not the 2% or the low fat. All right.
The strong stuff.
And it's got to be the real thing. It can't be that lactate. Don't ever drink an entire plastic jug of milk in the space of an hour, okay? Now, some say that it creates a kind of euphoria, kind of like the time I drank too much Jägermeister. I mean, woo. I was messed up. Now, others say that the human body cannot possibly digest that much lactose in an hour, and it will just make you vomit. Be careful of those people, kids. Those people are called scientists. And as our president has made very clear, scientists cannot be trusted. Besides, they just want to keep this secret all to themselves. So never drink a gallon of jug in the space of an hour, because when you chase old Bessie, nobody wins. This is a message from me to you, kids. Nice little ditty. Portugal the man.
Yes.
I feel it still. All right.
So.
Yes.
Yes.
So my kid here.
Festus.
Festus.
Yes. Hi, Festus.
I looked on the social media this morning.
By the way, he works here. This nepotism that goes on around here, I can't believe it.
I
It's
have
ridiculous.
absolutely nothing to do with why he works here.
Right,
That's
I'm
between
sure.
him and Richie, I had
Yeah,
nothing to do
I'm
with
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think it's right to have your kids work in the damn same place you work. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, by the way, Dylan, you can put up that picture at x96.com/live too.
Dylan Allred. No relation.
No relation.
To a company. So I was looking on social media this morning, and I follow my stepson Jeremy on social media.
Oh, my hell.
And
yeah,
he had posted a picture and a video of Festus getting pepper sprayed.
Good Lord.
Is that Festus?
That's Festus.
You bet.
Oh, you're getting pepper sprayed? I just noticed the tattoos. That's all I saw.
That's where your eyes go, not to the orange Trump spray on my face.
So why did that happen?
So I get a text message about 2 days ago, and it just says, "Hey, would you get pepper sprayed in the face for $300?" I said, "Yeah."
Of course
Did you even
Yeah.
think about it for a second?
No, I said
immediately.
Sure. All I saw was the money, and I'm like, yeah, of course.
He debates whether to eat bacon that's been in his car for a while.
Well, I don't get paid for that.
He does things for money.
Yeah, I did this. He offered me about a year ago. He offered me, I think it was $100 to chug a thing of hot sauce or something.
This is your brother.
Yeah, my older brother.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which you did, and you
Which I
got the
did.
$100.
Yeah, there's a video of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but why? Well, I mean,
Do you
why
need more of a reason?
Well, why? I mean, just to post it? Is that why?
Why he
Yeah,
would want to do it?
why does he do it?
Because he thinks it's funny that I would put myself through pain.
so how painful was it?
It was probably the most painful thing I've ever endured.
Really?
Because, yeah, it feels like a bunch of tiny knives stabbing your entire
Oh.
face.
Ugh.
And so I did it with my eyes closed. You can see it in the picture.
You could have been you could have been seriously.
That's what
hurt.
I was worried about.
I looked it up first, and you only get lasting damage if you do it repeatedly. Police do it all the time to people who aren't getting paid.
So you called your mother about the bacon, but you wouldn't call your mother about getting pepper sprayed in the face.
Well, she knows more about bacon.
Well, that's true.
That's a point, yeah.
She's not really a pepper spray gal.
Now, I got there's a similar story that in my life, I got tear gassed by the Ogden City Police because I was in a play, and there was a scene in the play where we were playing soldiers who were going through a gas attack. So somebody had the bright idea, let's see what it's really like to get tear gassed.
So you can act it properly.
Yeah. And so the Ogden cop said, sure, we'll come up and tear gas you. We went out on the loading dock of the scene shop in the theater at Weber State.
Oh, my.
And they tear gassed with just aerosol.
That's just stupid.
Like 3 or 4 of us. And it was horrible.
It's not fun.
But you said, how long did you feel it?
It was about 30 minutes, and you can't think about anything. Like, people were talking, and I wasn't really hearing them. and I was just pacing around with a hot or a cold cloth on my face.
Well, what was the cloth soaked with?
It was milk.
Gasoline.
That would have helped.
A milk cloth.
Yeah.
So, if people want to see this, can they?
Yeah, I can share it on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. I can send it to you, and you can.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I want people to.
So your brother's throwing away $300 just so, and he tells you it's because he wants to do social media stuff, but really, you know what it is? He just wants to pepper spray you in the face.
Oh no, that's exactly what it was. There was no hiding that he wanted to pepper spray me in the face.
I want to know how quickly you got paid.
Well, my pants were wet because I sprayed myself with the hose, so I couldn't pocket the cash immediately.
Oh, but he had it right there for you.
Oh, he showed it to me before.
Okay.
It's in the video. He shows the cash.
Here's
the money.
No, I would have taken the cash first.
I have it right here, actually.
Okay, so he did pay you.
He did pay me.
Three $100 bills.
This is three. No, it's a bunch of 20s.
Okay.
So this is proof
All
right here.
All right.
Make it rain.
Just don't make it a habit to do things for money, please.
Well, no, I'm just
why
wondering
not?
if maybe we should,
Hey,
I think we've got something
Let's
here.
turn. You're right.
Is what
It's
I'm
an
saying.
opportunity.
Yes.
Well, it's that stunt boy stuff that people seem to like.
Oh, yeah, that will make us very approachable and seem less elitist.
Yeah. What if how much money would it take you if we put you in a barrel and rolled you down the stairs?
How much money
would you? Yeah.
I would do that for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I'd do that for probably
Hold on,
$200.
I'm getting a message
That's
from
what?
legal.
Yeah.
Legal said
No.
no. They're saying no on that one.
How about $200 if you'll eat cow poop?
That's not $200. Are you kidding?
What? Okay, 100.
No.
You're going in the wrong direction.
No,
You really
300.
You keep going up.
No.
This
No,
is
that's just
different.
not
I'd rather get pepper sprayed in the face again than eat cow poop.
All right.
Well, how do you know?
See, I'm glad
Wouldn't
you
hurt.
have. I'm glad you have boundaries and lines you won't cross.
I offered the next one to get tasered if you wanted to taser me.
For money.
Yeah, I said 500 for that one.
Hey, this is-
500?
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
not a
know.
career.
I think I could find somebody who would do that for cheap.
Yeah. You know what they
But there's
call?
the possibility of a cardiac arrest with that.
Yeah.
So,
It's true.
You know,
That's true.
You know what they call people who do this kind of thing, don't you?
stupid.
Yeah.
Geeks. Circus. That's where the word first came from. The
Yeah.
geek in the circus, and he would do all kinds of awful things for money as in a sideshow in the circus, and bite the heads off of live chickens.
Don't do that.
I'm not going to do that.
$500.
I could probably consider this a part-time job now.
No.
Being
Yeah, I
a
can pay my rent.
And from the producer's booth, so long as John Smith is around, Festus will always have competition for doing things for money.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's someone. I was pepper sprayed once as part of training as a security guard. I forgot to clean it out of my hair that night, so when I showered, it all ran back down my face.
That's what happened to me last night. I took
So-
a shower when I got home, and it burned even more.
So you got to rinse it out when you get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
I don't want to give people ideas on what to do after pepper spray.
for future pepper spraying.
Does your older brother have a job?
Yes, he does.
Apparently, he has a lot of
He has-
disposable income.
He does. He can afford to throw around $300 for no reason.
All right. Well, let me just roll this around inside my head. I might find something that
you do for money.
we can pay you to do.
Toss me your ideas.
Coming
Give me
up
your
soon.
thoughts.
Well, just let me think about it.
Okay.
I'll get back to you. It's just good to know you're in the building. All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back. We got Boehner of the Day coming up with Boehner Fights. Got to tell you about New Duello Homes right now, though.
You want to spend less than if you want to spend less than $437,000 on a new home,
Which is a lot to spend for a home.
That's the cap right there. You could buy a home with New Duello's Gift of Equity program and only have to come up with 1% of the down payment, and then New Duello would gift you $8,740 toward the purchase of that home.
Now, how you get started on finding out if you're eligible for this is you text the word money to 62687, and you'll get a text back, and it'll be a link to a questionnaire. And it's just 7 questions, I think. It's very short. And if you can answer all those affirmatively, you could be qualified.
No obligation, no income restrictions in most counties. There are limited funds available, though. I think they replenish the fund every month, but once the money's gone for the month, it's gone. So just find out about it by texting the word money to 62687.
Listen to X96 at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. to win tickets to the Bonanza Camp.
Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
All right, it's time for, well, Boehner fight is coming up in a few moments. Stand by for that. Before that, a little bit of news.
A little bit of news brought to you by Woohoo! Lucky's Auto Credit. 77 cents in a job gets you a car. That's awesome. They'll front the tax, title, and license. So that's 77 cents total to drive away today. Apply online, luckysautocredit.com. Woohoo!
Now, this story I don't have much detail on. A shooting reported this morning at a school in Palmdale, California, called Highland High School. Officials said they received a call about a man with a gun on the school's campus. First responders are on the scene. Shots were reported.
Shooter's been taken into custody.
Oh, is there now? Are there any? I just saw that there's a report of the shooting. Any fatalities or? We don't know yet.
Just says shooter has been taken into custody.
Palmdale is about 65 miles from Los Angeles. So anyway,
I can't see if anybody's been hurt.
And then Farrah Fawcett left her son Redmond O'Neill $4.5 million when she died.
Google Farrah Fawcett Majors, kids.
She was quite a thing at one time, and she was married to Ryan O'Neill,
Lee Majors,
and Lee Majors. He was Isn't he the one that was horrible to her? I mean,
They
Ryan
both-
O'Neal was not a catch,
Yeah,
but
they both weren't too good to her.
According to police, O'Neal, whose father is actor Ryan O'Neal, walked into a store located near Santa Monica armed with a knife and demanded the clerk to take the money out of the register. So he has $4.5 million in a trust fund, but he's robbing a convenience store.
Because he can't get at the trust fund. It's a trust fund.
Well, you know what he can get at, though? Did you read that?
What's that?
He's allowed to, let me pull this up. So he is allowed to get the interest from it.
Which is quite a bit, actually.
$19,000 a month.
I would think
should be able to live on that, Redmond.
Yeah. There he has a lot. He's had a lot of drug problems.
But she wrote the trust saying this money, I guess that principal money can only be touched for if he wants to go to rehab or.
It says Fawcett's trust does allow O'Neal to collect the interest generated by the fund at least 4 times a year and as often as monthly. If this $4.4 million is conservatively invested to generate a modest 5% return, that would mean almost $19,000 per month would be available for Redmond without ever spending any of the $4.5 million.
Which is plenty.
But he's spending it on the drugs and he runs through it fast, I guess.
I guess that's what it is. Let's see now. The White House Chief of Staff, John Kelly, in an interview with NPR, said that the Trump administration has zero tolerance policy on illegal border crossings. Defending an approach that will split up families, Kelly explained he thinks the immigrants that are coming here don't really fit into the United States anyway.
What?
Let me step back and tell you.
Don't tell me these stories. I can't.
Let me step back and tell you that the vast majority of the people that move illegally into the United States, they're not bad people. They're not criminals. They're not MS-13. But they're also not people that would easily assimilate into the United States, into our modern society.
What?
Concerns about the immigrants'
they're
ability
from mud huts.
Yes. Concerns about immigrants' ability to assimilate with American society have been used repeatedly throughout the country's history to justify barring different groups from emigrating. For example, the Chinese Exclusion Act, a law that prohibited immigration of Chinese laborers from 1882 to 1943, was passed because Chinese immigrants were blamed for depressed wages that followed the gold rush and the Civil War.
So he's using old-timey reasoning. Well, John Kelly, Irish, right?
Yeah.
I think they said the same stuff about the Irish.
Similar arguments have been used against Italian, Irish, Jewish, and most recently Muslim immigrants over the past century. So when people are racist, this is what they say.
Yeah.
Well, they just won't fit in here.
These are mostly just families.
Yes.
That
Gina,
want to come here.
They're overwhelmingly rural people. In the countries they come from, says Kelly, 4th, 5th, 6th grade educations are kind of the norm.
No.
They don't speak English. That's a big thing. They don't integrate well. They don't have any skills.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
They're not bad people, but they're coming here for a reason. I sympathize with the reason, but they aren't going to fit in.
That's John Kelly said that?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to swear so bad. Right?
He's an idiot. Oh, he's a racist.
He's a racist.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a racist, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It's Boehner Fight, the final round.
All right. The winner from round 1 in the 7 o'clock hour, we had 3 candidates there, and there was a voting among those 3, and this is the winner of round 1. He's dying anyway. A White House aide, when they were talking about John McCain saying that he won't endorse Gina Haspel to be the director of the CIA because she oversaw a torture program, a White House aide said, well, John McCain, he's dying anyway. That's number 1. Going against the winner of round 2, what you got in the Rubbermaid? A man trying to hide his legless girlfriend by stuffing her into a plastic bin as the cops are coming. The cops saw him doing it, and they're a lovely couple, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
X96.com/live.
They belong together.
All right, that's number 2. What you got in the Rubbermaid?
Hey, you've got to decide which one of these 2 is the worst. Which one should be Boner of the Day? Candidate 1 or Candidate 2. Remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. Then text that to 33986. You can call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boehner Fight May 11 and vote there. All right. Got 300 seconds to do it. Let's go. This is Boehner of the Day.
The music starts at...
My little daughter, who is 4, she takes amusement in her father's flatulence. You know,
is this a daily occurrence?
Oh God, yes. You know, and I use the dumb old dad jokes of, you know, it's a farting or it's a barking spider.
Barking spider.
And she'll always go, "It's not a barking spider, Dad. That's a fawting spider."
My dad always said it was a buck snort.
Buck. Oh, or sometimes I'll say that bear's been following us around, or did somebody step on a duck?
Yeah.
Is the other one.
Hear that? Buck snort.
Yeah. She likes the duck one too. But she also is occasionally flatulent. And I was lying on her bed with her, reading her a story, as I do fairly often, before she went to bed, and she just ripped.
She ripped a good one, huh?
Just ripped one.
Daddy's little girl.
Yeah. And I said,
like us.
I
learned
said,
it from watching you.
I said, honey, that was...
Did you high five her?
High five!
That was a loud one. And she said, it sounded like a door closing.
She means like the creak of the door.
And I said it did kind of, and she said, a door with rusty hinges. Ouch! I just thought
she's creative.
I thought that was the best.
So, our children are learning from you.
So now it's just, hey, did somebody close a door with rusty hinges?
Somebody oil those hinges.
I just thought that was the best. A door.
Get
with
some
a
3-in-1 oil on those hinges.
So that was it. It's just one of those. Kids say the darndest
they
things.
Sure do.
And the Boehner, my mouth isn't working right. I drank a Monster energy drink, which I don't normally do.
Why did you do that?
Well, I don't normally drink them because I didn't get any sleep last night, and the coffee's not helping. And I mean, it's helping a little, but there's something in them that dries out your mouth, a little bit. So anyway, it's time to announce the winner of the Boehner of the day, and it's brought to you in part by a handful of this and a handful of that I just put in my mouth last night. Didn't pay any attention to what I was eating.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
And a brand new concept called Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, now open in Riverdale, just east of the Home Depot on Riverdale Road. Get unbelievable haircut, hot lather, neck shave, hot towel treatment for just $12. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week.
So Boehner candidate number 1 was, he's dying anyway. It's the White House aide making a comment about John McCain, Senator John McCain, who said he could not support Gina Haspel's nomination to be the next director of the CIA because she had participated in a torture program after 9/11. Senator McCain himself had been tortured, but and that's why he said, I can't support it. And he said, we should never have used those techniques in this country. We should never do it. And a White House aide said, well, it doesn't matter. John McCain's dying anyway. And then Boehner candidate number 2, hey, what you got in a Rubbermaid? It's a guy who's trying to hide his girlfriend from the police. Police are right there coming, and he's going to hide his girlfriend in a Rubbermaid, in a big plastic bin. How's she in there? Well, she doesn't have any legs. She'd had her legs shot off.
Which is a great other part of the story.
In a police encounter some years before, a couple of years ago. So, he was trying to hide her, but the cops saw him trying to stuff her in the Rubbermaid. Let's see. The winner? Well, it's pretty close, but still. Boehner candidate number 1. He's dying anyway.
I love that candidate, but I was kind of hoping for the Rubbermaid tub one, because that might be my favorite Boehner candidate this year so far.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it did not win Boehner of the Day.
No.
The other one did. It is the Boehner of the Day for Friday, May 11. It is now eligible for Boehner of the Week. That will be determined in our next break.
Yeah, Dave is here. I saw him. He's out there having some breakfast of some sort. So. I was going to ask him if I could have some because I'm kind of hungry.
Some of his breakfast?
I thought, no.
All right.
Do you know what Dave's having for breakfast, Richie?
He got breakfast from downstairs, so when I saw him, all he had left was the breakfast potatoes.
No, I don't want those.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I don't know if you saw Gina. I know Carrie and Bill did not because they banned me on their social media.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was asked to sing the national anthem.
Where?
At Rocky Mountain Raceways. It's their last season, and as my mom put it, well, what happens if you do it wrong? Nothing. They're closing down anyway.
Okay, here's the rule, Richie. You ready?
Yes.
It's the same rule as if anybody asks you to throw out the first pitch at a baseball game.
Which I have done.
I've done that as well.
Always say no.
Always say no.
Well, which goes contrary to the rule that I have for myself, which is always say yes and then figure it out.
While you sing,
right,
you are not a singer.
Well, I am not a singer in the the classic definition of singing the national anthem kind of singer, but sure, I sing.
I don't know what that means.
No, he
like
sings,
a soloist, like I sang in choir.
Yeah.
I sang as.
But to sing,
that's a hard song.
The national anthem is hard for people that are really good at it,
right?
Let alone, and you're a serviceable singer. You know what I mean?
I get the job done.
You're no Gina Barberi.
Well, no,
that's for
sure.
There's she's a singer.
But I feel like I could do pretty good.
You know, we're going to make you do it here.
I feel like I could do pretty good.
No, we're not necessarily going to have him sing the national anthem.
No.
I don't know.
No, it has something to do with me. We wouldn't do that.
No, but we'll make sure that somebody records it and then we can listen to it.
Well, sure.
I just, that's just fraught with danger.
Yeah.
Well, but
because look at all the people who have gone viral for
doing
messing
it poorly.
It up.
So I feel like if I get the words right, I'm already better than Rachel Platten, who did it out at Rio Tinto.
That's true.
Well, though, Richie, the kind of people, the kind of crowd that goes to the races, they will not hesitate to not only boo, but throw beer at you if you do it wrong.
Well, and that's the thing, because it's a tremendous amount of pride from the people that would go to Rocky Mountain Raceways.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I would do a bad job. I really don't. I know that I'm not, as Gina points out, no, I'm not someone that you're like, have you heard the latest track from Richie? No, that's not a thing that I do.
But you
I don't feel like I would do a bad job.
No, you can carry it.
When
is
but
it?
again,
Well, I get to pick the weekend.
Wow. It's not this Saturday.
No. They had asked me to do the weekend. We're doing the show there from Rocky Mountain Raceways on Friday morning, the 25th of May. They had asked me to do that next day, and I'm actually going to be out of town doing a wedding, so that won't work.
Maybe we should just get a little sample of it on that day.
Well, right now, let's start you with the hardest part of the anthem and the Rockets' red glare. All right, let's
It's kind of hard to just
pick
jump
it up.
right
It's
in
hard
there.
to jump right in. If you're a singer, you can do it. Jump right in.
Okay. Step back from the
I
mic.
gotta
Lil.
go back.
Yeah.
Well, so some of it is interpretation.
No, come on.
No,
This,
no, I
this-
gotta-
it's hard.
you can jump right
That's
in.
hard.
If you need to sing the line before it, go ahead. But
And the Rockets' red glare, the bombs burst.
Yeah,
Right?
well,
So-
you're close.
So with a little warm up,
Yeah.
I've already contacted my vocal coach yesterday afternoon. I said, "Need your help. Gonna do this because it's my nature to say yes and then figure out how
You're
to
going to
do
be
it."
nervous, really nervous, right?
you know, singing in a Mormon church, that's far from.
Yeah.
Because that's not even singing. That's
that's
saying.
That is a funeral dirge at a slow pace.
Yeah.
Green Hill, Bill.
Green Hill far away.
Yeah, see, that's just saying. That's just saying the words.
Yeah.
Bill
Every
made "There Is a Green Hill Far Away" into the Christmas song.
Yeah,
last
he
night.
I mean, every song in the Mormon Award sounds like that to me.
It's a funeral dirge that's sung half as slow as it should be.
I was going to say the tempo seemed off on all of it. You know, I get my exposure to Mormon hymns when I go to funerals.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
so that's
Unfortunately.
Well, it says right in the hymn book at the Mormon Church, like on every song, sing with enthusiasm or solemnly or
joyfully.
But
It's funny.
joyfully,
Mine said, "Say it, don't spray it." It was the damnedest thing.
No,
right
you got the wrong one.
I applaud you for trying.
I'm going to do it under one condition. I told them I want to be able to go out to Rocky Mountain Raceways with no one there and hear what it sounds like, because when you do things in stadiums like that, it does not sound like how even just me singing it right now. So.
I applaud you for doing it.
Let's. I'm sure you'll do this on your social medias.
Sure.
Then we'll look at it then.
Good luck.
We'll examine it then. All right.
That's so he doesn't have to.
He's gonna. Oh, he didn't tell you. He's gonna do it dressed as a Minuteman from the
good idea.
Revolutionary War.
That's a good idea.
Right.
Why not?
Okay.
You might feel more comfortable in a costume.
Go ahead and do the third verse. Do the third verse. Go that. Yeah. Go there.
Yeah,
Right.
do all the
Yeah,
verses.
do at least
What
the
there
third
are like
verse.
4 or 5 verses
You know,
or 6 verses.
The
of that thing.
racist one, the third verse.
Is that the third one?
Yeah. All right. We'll be back with Boner of the Week. Stand by for that. First, got to tell you about Brook Linen. I got to say that right.
How are your new sheets?
They're great.
You love them?
I do. Brook Linen. Yeah, see, there's a couple from Brooklyn that decided Brooklyn, New York, and it's Vicky and Rich, and they founded Brook Linen, so you got to say it just right. They discovered that most of your bedding is marked up as much as 300%.
What?
Yeah, when you buy bedding, you're paying more than you need to. So they came up with this philosophy: the most beautiful, comfortable home essentials, no crazy prices, and no unnecessary markups and fees. And it comes right to your door. Luxury bedding, underpriced. You have to try these sheets today. They come in a tote bag. You get a tote bag.
Oh, nice.
That's kind of cool. Great tote bag with Brook Linen on it. My Brook Linen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've slept in. Go take a look. brooklinen.com. They have an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You'll get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson. That's my last name, at brooklinen.com. They are so confident. They offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee and a lifetime warranty on all of their sheets and comforters. The only way to get this $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code Jackson, Jackson, at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com, and use the promo code Jackson. These are the best sheets ever.
Tonight on
Rod Decker, Undercover.
Ace reporter Rod Decker goes undercover at the state capitol. What really goes on at the legislature? What are the power brokers up to? Rod knows the legislators put up a facade when they see him coming with a camera crew, and so Decker disguises himself as a schoolgirl on a field trip with Mrs. Spencer's 6th grade class.
Okay, kids, now settle down. Before we get back on the bus and go back to school, I want you to meet Governor Mike Levitt.
Hi, kids. I hope you've enjoyed your visit to the Capitol today. Very important work takes place here. Do you have any questions? Yes, you, the tow-headed kid with the striped shirt.
What's with the car in the basement? Is that the Employee of the Month's car?
No, that's the Mormon Meteor. It was once the world speed record holder. Okay, you, the boy with the hat on backwards.
How come the Capitol has gold on the top of it? Isn't that a waste of money?
Well, Sonny, that's not gold, it's copper. Like a Duracell battery. And we have time for one more question before I have to get back to running the state. You in the back, the tall, homely girl with the pigtails and glasses.
Tell me, Governor Levitt, will we have to spend tax money on the Olympics? How do you feel about having an official beer of the Olympic Games? What about I-15? Is it on schedule and anywhere near budget? Will tobacco be outlawed in this state?
Hold on here. You ask a lot of questions for a little girl. Say, I know you from somewhere.
I can assure you, sir, that you have never met me before. As you can see, I'm just an average 6th grade girl on a field trip.
You're Rod Decker.
No, my name is LaDonna, and what you're saying is, rather than handle some tough questions from a schoolgirl, you would prefer to make accusations about my true identity.
I knew it. You are Rod Decker. Rod, why didn't you just ask for an interview?
Well, there you have it. Politicians won't even let their guard down in front of innocent children. You can't get a straight answer from them, no matter who you are.
That's tonight on
Rod Decker, Undercover.
On the Channel 2 News at 6 and 10.
Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 9:52 right now.
Well, is it time?
It is probably time for Boner of the Week.
Brought to you by, all month long, Performance Toyota Bountiful is saluting U.S. military with a $1,000 discount on any new Toyota. For any branch of the military, offers may be combined.
Well, are you ready, Dave?
Yep.
Dave the Flower Guy here. I thought it was Spider-Man for a minute because he's wearing his Spider-Man hoodie, but no, it is Dave. And Dave is, of course, a guy who takes care of business, mows lawns, sells flowers. And Dave, how many tractors have you owned in your career of being a lawnmower and flower seller?
Maybe 10 or 15.
Really? 10 or 15 tractors you've had?
Yeah.
And you need another one, right?
Right.
So Dave is, somebody set up a GoFundMe for Dave because his last tractor fell apart. He uses the hell out of them. So if you go to GoFundMe.com and look for Dave the Flower Guy.
Right.
And you can...
It's under Dave Matson.
Is it under Dave
Yeah, it's
Matson?
GoFundMe.com/Dave Matson. Matson.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Dave, no. Dave the Flower Guy.
That's what when I looked it up,
This is what the link that has been given to me. So.
I did look up Dave the Flower Guy last time, and it came up with that,
All right.
too. So
either way.
Anyway, here we go. Dave is the guy we have pick the Boner of the Week because it's been so long I've forgotten why.
Because he always remembers to turn off his phone when he comes in.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
Dave.
yeah, show you.
Yeah.
I think that's probably your mother calling. Dave, here are the candidates. You tell us which one was the worst of the week. Number one, the exploding pea sample. I forgot that.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, it's a woman in Aurora, Colorado. She put a plastic container of fake urine in a microwave at a 7-Eleven to warm it up a little bit because she was going to go next door to have a drug test, but the vial, of course, exploded, sending this fake pee everywhere. Boner candidate number 2 from Tuesday, destroying ancient history is fun. People tearing up pieces of sandstone that have dinosaur prints on them in the vernal area and throwing them over a cliff into the reservoir below. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday, sorry, you're in Aurora. A man identified as the son of the mayor of Denver, Colorado, pulled over for a traffic violation in Aurora, Colorado, which is kind of a adjacent suburb to Denver, and he just went off on the cops, started screaming, "Don't you know who I am? My dad's the mayor, and I'm going to make sure you're out of a job." And it was a tirade laced with profanities. Finally, the woman police officer said, "Oh, your dad is the mayor of Denver. Well, you're in Aurora now." Then there's Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday. The baby smelled like beer. An unrestrained 3-month-old baby in the back of a car on the back seat. Cops pull him over because the woman's driving erratically. She's drunk, and they said the baby was soaking wet and smelled like beer. And then Boner candidate number 5 from today. Oh, he's dying anyway. Dave, which one's the worst of the week? Which one is
Number
Boner?
4.
Number 4. The baby smelled like beer.
There you go. That is your Boner of the Week.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Anything before we got to go?
I'm headed to Spokane.
Again?
No, this is not again.
Oh, this is for a graduation,
yeah.
right?
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm going to a play tonight, kind of a weird play put on by the Sackerson group, the ones that have done these odd play. This one, it's called oh crap, what is it called? But this is a play where it's in downtown Salt Lake, and my wife and I have to, there are only 5 audience members allowed for everyone, or 6, and you follow the performers around town to various locations. The play starts at a bus stop on North State Street. That's where we're supposed to report, and we follow.
Are you part of it, or are you just watching it?
No, I think we are just observing it. You observe the performers on the streets, throughout the streets of Salt Lake City. They say, be prepared to walk about 1.5 miles. Have sturdy shoes.
Do you need bus money?
It doesn't say that we're going to be on any transportation, any public transportation. But I'm really interested to see what they do with it. It's called, here I found it. Hindsight is the name of the play.
Now you're mentioning this, and people are going to be like, "Oh, I want to see it."
These are preview performances. I'll let you know on Monday what it was like and tell you how you can get tickets for it.
Okay.
They're doing a series about 4 preview performances this weekend. So.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do the promo and get out of here.
This is a weekend promo wherein we say something catchy to get you to listen to Monday's Radio from Hell show.
Perhaps we should highlight one of the features occurring on Monday's show, like Amy Donaldson talking sports at 6:45.
Or we could mention Bill Frost at 8 a.m. talking TV, or Geek News on the radio at 8:45.
That should work. Now tell your friends to listen, damn it.
All right.
I think you should have sworn in the promo.
Why?
That's just going to,
That's going to alienate people.
It's going to make them think that we're not approachable.
Yeah. That we're elitists.
But see, I don't want to be approached.
You don't want to be? Okay.
You don't?
Well, congratulations. It's working.
I won't approach you for sure.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Mother flashback.
Richie is next, I believe.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now.
What do you think?
Utah's original alternative, X96.